Since we born, we live this life.
Living in old Palestine, it's kind of like a big prison. There's checkpoints, there is walls that control us, borders that cannot let us go outside Palestine.
In any time we could be arresting, targeting, killing. Yes, we know that Israel is one of the most powerful army in the world. But that we are fighting for our right, try to free our land.
Israel comenzó a construir un muro de separación con los territorios palestinos en 2006. Durante los años que viví aquí, siempre me impactó esta kilométrica serpiente de hormigón que se adentra en la Cisjordania ocupada con el fin de incluir la mayoría de las colonias judías más grandes. El Estado hebreo asegura que se trata de una cuestión de seguridad, pero afecta a palestinos de todas las edades.
الثانية مجنونة شعرها هيك لحالها. يعني هي ما فكرت انه يعني هيك بس يعني انا حكيت لها هيك. اعطيني. نعم. رحتي على السجن؟ نوعا ما يعني. ها؟ لا 3 ساعات بس.
انت بتحكي English, right?
Yeah.
Do you speak like really good English?
No, they just interrogated me. They interrogated me.
Why do they keep taking you? Why do they keep taking like your families and stuff?
I actually don't know, but it's usually like because of the demonstration and things.
En escuelas como esta, el inglés se mezcla con el árabe. El conocimiento de varios idiomas se ha convertido en una herramienta fundamental para difundir lo que viven.
I don't know if you already know what do you like to be when you are old. When I was your age, I wanted to be an archaeologist. You, what do you want to be? Have you already thought?
Businesswoman. Businesswoman.
Businesswoman. Wow.
Okay. Teacher for English. Teacher
Wow.
for English. Lara, what do you want to be? Doctor. Doctor. Okay.
Jenna?
I want to be 5 things. 5 things? First thing, I'm going to study political science to know more about the governments around the world. Second thing, I'm going to be a journalist, of course. Third thing, I'm going to be an artist to send this message in a better way to the children. Fourth thing, I'm going to be a fashion designer to design more of the Palestinian traditional dresses and make it the fashion of those years. And last thing, I'm going to be a football player in Barcelona to rise my country name higher.
So girls, how many of you have a mobile phone? Does the social media help you to be connected with the world?
Yeah.
In which sense?
Like we can share that we are right now on a checkpoint, so everybody can go another way rather than going on the checkpoint and stop there.
So you put a picture on Facebook and you say, for example, Calandia checkpoint is closed. So everybody knows?
Yeah.
And how do you deal with that?
I'm afraid from the weapon they have it.
and worried, it means that someone came to your homeland and want to take it all of from you. So they are doing this because they think that we are bad people, so they supposed to do this for us.
Like they sometimes throw at us rocks. Once a soldier spit at us at the car, and they start to laugh, and like they don't speak, and they just use weapons and guns.
Wherever you go to any Palestinian city or village, you'll find a gate, you'll find a checkpoint, you'll find it is for showing a force. We are in everywhere, and we can stop you, we can humiliate you anytime, anywhere.
Yana y su tío Bilal conocen a la perfección esta carretera. Es uno de los trayectos habituales que la familia Tamimi realiza desde su aldea Nabi Saleh a la escuela y al trabajo. Un recorrido que refleja la situación de excepción que vive la zona desde hace décadas.
In some period, this checkpoint was many times closed for the people and keep them for hours waiting.
Now we are in Nabi Saleh. See how close the settlement is?
La creación de colonias como esta es una estrategia usada incluso antes de la constitución del Estado de Israel. Los primeros colonos judíos se establecieron a principios del siglo XX. Tras la sangrienta guerra de 1948 que impulsó la creación de Israel, el territorio palestino quedó dividido en dos. Otra guerra, en 1967, que enfrentó a Israel con 5 países árabes, concluyó con la ocupación por parte del Estado hebreo de Cisjordania, Gaza y Jerusalén. Desde entonces, el Estado de Israel ha promovido una campaña de repoblación, construyendo auténticas ciudades en territorio palestino, donde hoy viven más de 600.000 colonos.
Sorry.
It's okay.
يلا تعال وطن. يا زلمة.
These are gas canisters that the soldiers throw at you?
Yes, we collect them from around the house.
Ooh la la.
So here we have a bigger tree. Let's get
The house is there.
settlement. Hamish settlement.
Haramish settlement?
Yes, let's get some of this. معلش ارمي. Over there we cannot build because it's an occupied sea area.
That one?
This, the White House, we cannot build on that place. It's not a good feeling because you're seeing people like stealing more and more lands every day from your land and saying that it's their land. So it's a very bad feeling. When the raids happen, sometimes there is small children my age having a gun and just shooting. So it's like that thinking that they just, let's say, plant in their head. So they don't feel like they don't love us.
And what about that camera there? What is that?
That's a balloon. It have a camera on it that can see the whole place.
and just it's 24 hours.
The problem, since I born, I live under occupation. My father was arrested since I was 2 years old. Now the situation did not change a lot since I was born. Every day there is killing.
The soldiers opened fire. It went on for quite some time. Ambulances raced to pick up the wounded.
Anything could happen to the Trump. Everyone said that he's crazy. You can't expect what he will do.
Las familias palestinas siguen desde sus televisiones la violencia que se vive en su territorio. Una represión que aumentó desde la llegada de Donald Trump a la presidencia norteamericana.
Between Israel and the state are common in everything, in the army, in the technological experiments, and they can try these weapons on the Palestinian people, and then they cancel it. It is a good trading thing.
Pocas personas conocen el crecimiento de la industria militar israelí, como el periodista judío Yotam Feldman. Su documental, El Laboratorio, causó una enorme conmoción.
And Americans saw the potential, saw something is happening here, saw there is an industry. And I think from that time, when the assassinations became more of a regular practice, when they actually had also legal justifications for these actions, this became very, very interesting for the Americans. I can tell you, for instance, that in 2002, this wasn't published. There were American generals on the ground in the cities with the Israeli forces, looking and learning and seeing what they're doing. And I think the main reason countries want to buy weapons from Israel is not the technology, is not the engineers, is because they know this weapon was in Gaza, this weapon was in the West Bank, this weapon was in Lebanon, it was tested, it was successful, it was developed while fighting, and this is what they want. This is what they want to hear. When you see the Elbit product in the military affairs, you see a stamp, they do it as a marketing method, they write, tested in the Gaza war. That's how they sell it.
So as you say in your film, this is like a constant laboratory, like an experiment which is evolving all the time.
So there is a very, very strong connection, between blood and money. So on one hand, you see there is a war and there is a bloody conflict. And on the other hand, you go here in Tel Aviv, you see a very successful economy. You see people living very good life. You don't see a place which is actually in war.
So clear, but you can see the sea, the beach. Last time I was there, I think it was in 1996, 97, I'm not sure. It was exactly. After that, I was forbidden to have a permit to go to 48 areas. That's why I like to have an aquarium for fish in my house.
La familia Tamimi se siente encerrada. y ha decidido denunciar al mundo su situación. Armado con una videocámara, Bilal cuenta la historia cotidiana a la que su familia se siente sometida por parte del ejército israelí y los colonos.
When did you start doing videos?
In the beginning of 2010, I began to document by the video. We have two websites in English. Either I have my YouTube channel, either 2 pages on Facebook, and Jana Jihad, which is now she have nearly 280,000 followers on her page.
I think I became that famous because I am sending or covering the things that happen to the Palestinian children by making videos and reports and saying what is happening in front of me.
Como cada semana, se producen enfrentamientos entre soldados israelíes que irrumpen en la aldea y jóvenes palestinos.
I like to do videos since I was born. And since that time till now, I try to document everything happened in the village, in arresting, shooting, night raids. I was arrested many times to keep me away from documenting and filming what was happening in the village. I believe that if I could take this image to show it to the world, it would be more useful for me to shout on the soldiers.
To make children get injured. From here we're sending our message and saying that Palestine will be free. From Nabi Saleh Jihad.
It's like in your mind, you just like, don't be afraid. Like, so you have to try to control your fear.
I can't say that I'm activist or I am a professional journalist. I have a duty to my country and I began to work for that, to document what's happening in my village and to show it to the world.
لو معك فيديو وحدا يتصور بتزبط. شو صار؟ طاير؟
عن شيء بدها تحكي عن كيف لما هكروا حساباتنا كيف بس أنا كان صعب أدخل على إيميلي وعلى فيسبوكي.
والمرة الأخيرة لما هكروا صفحتي العامة الإسرائيليين حاولوا إحنا طلعناها.
وعندي نفس الإشي، حاولوا مرتين يأخذوا الفيسبوك والإيميل
وطلعتها
بس قدرنا نرجعهم. Since a very long time, the Israeli intelligence always are trying to spy on us and on what we are doing here. We knew that always they are trying to spy on our calls, on our accounts, on our emails, on our daily life.
In Israel, everybody goes to the army. At 18, you go to the army, you spend 3 years at least as a minimum. And in the army, some units are dealing with developing new technologies and solutions for the use of the army. And then, they go out and to develop, your own solutions and create a startup. It's the coolest thing to do today in Israel.
Y Dan es el director de ventas de Magal, una de las principales empresas de seguridad en Israel. La actividad de Magal se centra en la construcción de sistemas de seguridad y muros alrededor del mundo, como la valla que separa a Estados Unidos de México. El gran proyecto de Donald Trump. Ahora se ha especializado en el espionaje y la ciberseguridad.
So it's like you see in the movie. See here is our command and control system, 4G. The main module is an interactive map where we actually can control all of our either smart city, safe city. We have access to all of the sensors in real time, operate our face recognition, track people. For example, we can, in a city, we can use the cameras that are already installed in the city and look for suspects. Part of our video management system, we have intelligent video analytics. Part of the analytics is face recognition, and you can recognize faces. It can be connected to a database of the police, Interpol, whatever. We can put any map you want here. It can start from a floor plan of a building that you can zoom into a floor, and it can be the whole world.
Para Israel, el ciberespionaje no es solo un modelo de negocio. Se trata de un método eficaz para entrar en la vida de los palestinos y saber todos sus movimientos.
Something needs to be done. Something needs to change, to have more intelligence, to know who went where, who are his friends, what he's doing in his free time, and start to track the, let's say, suspects in a more thorough way.
After midnight, exactly in the 11th of January, they came and they raid the house with maybe there were inside the house more than 20 soldiers and many were around. They asked to see our IDs, and when they saw my middle son, Muhammad, they told us that they want to arrest him. Why? We don't know in that time what is the charge, or if they have a paper that they want to arrest him. They did not show us any of this, and they said only we want to arrest him. After 10 days, while Osama, my older son, was coming back from his work in Ramallah, they stopped him in the entrance of the village and they arrested him. They took him to the worst investigation center in the country here.
My cousin was there for 25 days, slept only every 2 days, 1 hour and a half. He don't eat only every 6 days, a little bit.
For Osama, maybe he will be between 6 months and 1 year, and for Hamada, between 1 year and 2 years. But you don't know, maybe more, maybe less, maybe. Yes, for Manal, it is sometimes at night I found her sleeping in their room, or even can't sleep. Many times I feel I want to cry or I want to make something, but in the end I know that I will not be able to help them.
My two cousins, they're like my brothers. And also my grandpa was arrested, my dad was arrested, everybody was arrested. You cannot enter a house of a Palestinian that there is not an injury or an arrested or even a martyr.
Israel prepara ahora una nueva ley que prohíbe grabar a sus soldados. Los palestinos temen perder el derecho a difundir lo que están sufriendo, cada día con menos tierra y con menos testigos.
Do anything, even throwing stones, even to stop in front of the soldiers, to shout, to make any activity. But not to stay silent. We had to show the world that we are fighting for our right.